Alright, so this is another add-on video to the course. This is actually a requested video. Someone asked, can you add another simulation type of video to the course? So here it is. I'm going to simulate US30. I'm only looking at the 5-minute chart, and let's just get into it. So right here, what time is this? 6 o'clock. We gotta fast forward. All right, we're almost getting to that 9:30. What is this? 9:20. All right, so I don't see anything right now. All right, so 9:30 opens and that happens. Right now I see supply area. Supply, but you gotta remember this is US30. So supplies probably not gonna be valid in this situation. So matter of fact, I'm gonna take this off because we know NAS 100 for the most part is a bullish instrument. Now if we get some candles to break its highs, I'm probably gonna get in for a buy just for the simple fact this is a swing low right here, and let's see if it get respected. Okay, now if you choose the wrong level, you might just want to adjust it a little bit just so it can make sense. Your trades always have to make sense, so I'm going to adjust my level just like that. These EMAs right here, this is a 13 EMA, 50 EMA, and 200 EMA. Mind you, EMAs do not matter that much. I just have them on for this example, but you do not need them, okay? So we're respecting this level right here. And if we have candles to start breaking candle highs, I'm going to get in for a buy. So my entry will be right here. And, you know what I'm saying, if that's not the available candle or entry candle, then I'll just adjust the entry. Okay. Now, this is starting to be invalid because this candle broke that low. So we're going to delete this zone. And we're just going to see if we can find another level. Let's see. All right. So that just wasn't a valid level. Okay. Now right here. Remember what I said about this supply area? This is still a valid entry. Don't get me wrong. This is still a valid entry, but just understand what you're trading. Okay. This may be more high probability on a forex pair or gold or, you know, something else, but this is indices, so for the most part it's going to be going up. Now I'm not going to tell people to not sell indices at all. You can scalp them, but just understand that your chances of winning decreases when you take a sell setup. So you know what, I'm going to actually take the setup right here, and we're going to aim to fill this gap. That's what we're going to do. We're going to aim to fill this gap in right here. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, this is also demand. So if you run into situations like this, where you are at supply and is heading towards demand, you're going to want to get out or close majority of your positions at this demand area, because you're stuck in between supply and demand. So this is like a range, but the range is supply and demand, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you take this sell, I'm going to take it to that gap and potentially take that buy. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, now we tapped into that. So if it breaks this candle high, I'm going to get in for the buy. Now since we are taking a buy setup, I would rather hold. Now we can get our regular 1-to-1, don't get me wrong. So I'm going to put entry right here if that's the available candle. If that's not the candle that breaks it, then we're just gonna use that next candle that breaks it. Okay, 1-to-1, and then we're gonna lead a runner. Okay. Okay, take profit, get hit, and then let's just see what happens after that. And now you see we have a bigger winner when it's a buy. So this was a high probability demand right here, and you're stuck in supply. So this supply played out exactly how it was supposed to play out. drop to a demand area, and then it shoots up. So yeah, this is your in between supply and demand. So these are like tricky setups right here. What day is this? This is a Monday. Yeah, that's a tricky Monday right there. So let's take this off. Let's go to the next day. Also, indices pick up volume around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't trade the afternoon session. I like the morning session, and I'll be done for the day. But people that want to trade indices during the afternoon session, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., you can. I just don't. Okay, I just want to throw it out there because volume do pick up in the afternoon between 2 to 4 p.m. Okay, EST. All right, what time is this? All right, this is Tuesday. Just waiting for that 9:30 candle to print. All right, where are we at? 9:20. Now, this is honestly looking like a valid level. It's 9:25. It's looking like a valid level right here. But we don't know if it's valid or not. But let's just play it out. Okay, so it actually closed below that level. So this level is invalid. Okay. Now let's see what else would it could possibly bounce off of. This look like a swing high right here. So let's just see what what does the candle do, because just because it disrespected this level don't mean that's just not a valid level. And honestly, as I'm looking at this is looking more valid. Okay, so this swing high, you know what I'm saying, now resistance becoming to support, and let's see if it's our breaking candle highs. Oh, this is ugly. What's going on? All right, something like this happens right here. Your level is invalid. It's just that simple. We want to take clear setup. So this is not looking clean to me at all. So I'm just gonna let this day just go. I'm gonna let it go. Now hold on. Now y'all see that, right? This is high probability demand. Why is this high probability demand? Because we got aggressive buying coming out of this area and it left a gap. The gap is right here. Let's take this EMAs off. Let's just take it off. The gap is from right here to right here. It tapped right into it. I'm going to be taking a buy as it break above this candle right here. And my stop loss. Now the stop loss is tricky though. Do you want your stop loss to be up on the candles to get a great risk reward? Or do you want to give it some breathing room? Or do you want to have it somewhere down here? And that's ridiculous for US30. So honestly, I'm going to play it safe. And I'm going to have my candle, my stop loss maybe like halfway in the demand, something like right there. Something like that. Okay. And 1-to-1 leader runner. Y'all know the drill. So now 1-to-1 right there. 28 pips. And let's see. Boom, instantly. Beautiful. And then it goes against you. Okay. So that played out perfectly right there. Take this off. Let's go to the next day. See, when it comes to supply and demand, wicks cannot go through supply and demand zones. If it do, invalid. Now, when it comes to support and resistance, wicks can go through your support and resistance as long as the body of the candles don't close below or above support and resistance areas. We do not want wicks to go through our supply and demand zone. It's invalid. Erase it. Just that simple. Okay, we get slowly approaching 9:30. Boom. Okay, so right here we have a level right here getting rejected. This is Wednesday too, so high risk, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now this is a beautiful candle right here. Okay, so this is Wednesday. I don't trade Wednesdays, but that doesn't mean that you can't just trade Wednesdays. So we got aggressive selling coming out of this area. This is supply, but also you gotta be wary that this is also liquidity right here. We got equal highs. So, and this look like a liquidity grab. That's why I like indices, because the liquidity grab is very noticeable when they're grabbing liquidity. Look how low that wick is compared to that wick over there. So if it break any candle highs, I'm getting in for the buy. The yellow line is my entry wherever it breaks the candle high. Boom, I'm in. Take profit right there at the liquidity, and that'll be enough for me. So that's just another textbook setup. I gotta be honest with y'all, okay? Say this candle right here did not go deep below like how it went. Say it just tapped into that zone and it start going up. You gotta understand that a level is being respected, but did they grab liquidity when they went away from it? If they did grab liquidity before they went away from it, it's high probability. If they don't go and grab liquidity off that level, but it respects that level, understand that you are liquidity now. Now, even like I don't want to make it confusing. This is a key level. This is a swing low. They swoop down to get these people. But say this candle just taps into the zone, don't go below there, and start going away from the area. You can win, but I would recommend you to scalp that, because once it go away from that, now you are a double bottom. You are an equal low, and eventually they're going to come and get you. Okay, and that's just like trading M's and W's. If you trade an M, but that M didn't grab liquidity before it left, they're going to let you win a little bit, and then they're going to go against you. I promise you, it happens all the time. And look what they did. Grab liquidity at the top, then dip down below. But it did grab liquidity that time, and it came back again. So it's not a set amount of times that they can come back to get liquidity. Sometimes you can be in the liquidity grab setup, and then they come back a third time. So nothing is guaranteed, but I just want to give y'all the more high probability setups is when it do grab liquidity, just like that. Okay. Let's go to the next setup. I like a break and retest. Hold on. Well, never came to that area. And it's dropping too. I don't like what indices dropping. And that was a Wednesday too. Yeah, I probably would have never took that setup. Okay. Okay, now we have an extreme candle. Now we have high probability demand right here. And we have a swing high. So we're just waiting on to see which one's going to be respected first, and we're taking it. So let's see if it comes back. It didn't tap in the zone. It didn't tap in the zone for me to just take that. That would have been a trade missed. Straight up. I'm just be honest with you. It did come close to it, but is that making me confident to get into the trade? No, it's not making me confident. And even though it was a winner, I probably wouldn't have took that. So this is just a trade that I would have just missed. Gotta keep it a buck, which y'all just would have missed. Okay, now that right there. There we go. Right there. That is my entry. You see how I wouldn't have took that because I'm following my rules? It came back again a second time, and it came around 1150. That's where I would have got in at, right there. And then we would have won. And it's still holding. How long is it's holding? Wow. Okay, so this is something that you would want to hold. But this is my entry right here. I'm following my rules. It didn't tap back into that zone. Listen, this is where it finally tapped back into that zone. My entry is as soon as it break that candle high, 1-to-1 leader runner. And if you would have moved your stop loss to break even, you probably would have got stopped out before it actually took off and started paying out in a nice amount. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't break my rules. I'm like, okay, I want my entries to tap into the zone. Okay, so that's just something to think about right there. But yeah, this is a valid entry right there. Take that off. I'm gonna do one more day, and then I'm gonna wrap up this simulation. But it's all gonna be the same stuff: support and resistance, supply and demand. The support and resistance setups get get increased. The probability get increased when they grab liquidity. Always remember that. When they grab liquidity, the chances of it winning, it increases. Now, if they don't grab liquidity and they respect the level, don't be scared to take that trade. Just understand what type of setup it is, okay? Because you always got to look at the previous high or the previous low to see if they dip lower than the previous low or did they dip higher than the previous high, okay? Oh, this Friday too. So I see this level right here. Something to look at. Okay, pushes up really hard. Got a swing high over here. Let's see what it do. That's the entry right there. And you lose. So that's what trap days do. So that would be an entry right there for a buy. And then as soon as you enter that trade, it immediately go against you and you lost. So that would have been a losing trade right there. Let's just play it out and see what else happens. Oh, let me take off this level. Once a level being disrespected, delete it. Okay, so that's a loss right there. Let's fast forward. That looked like a low probability demand. Okay, so let's take this off. This right here is a low probability demand. Why is it a low probability demand? Because there's not a gap attached to it. Order started, they start buying some more up in here, in that area right there. That momentum kind of coming out of it, and then it finally comes back to it. This low probability, but we can take it. It's Friday. Hey, trade at your own risk. I ain't gonna lie. Right there, that would be our entry. Just understand what type of setup you're taking. You have to understand that. And we'll go 1-on-1 and then lead a runner. Okay, and that got hit, and then that would be it. Okay. And now they're like even another one. I don't know if it respect this one. Let's see if it respect this one. See if it respect this this demand area. If it comes back into it, let's see. Okay, dip back into it. Is it breaking candle highs? Okay. All right. So for this setup right here, understand where you're at. Before I take this buy, 'cause I am gonna take this buy, understand where you're at. It pushed up, first pullback, second pullback. We're on a third pullback on the uptrend. High risk, high risk. Look at the time of the day. It's almost 1:30, but 2 o'clock picks up volume. So we're gonna take this buy, but for this setup, give it some breathing room. Give it some breathing room for the simple fact we've been pushing up for a while. So I'm gonna have my stop loss down here, and my 1-on-1 is gonna be right here. Now let's see what we get. And it was a loser, and I kind of felt like it was gonna be a loser. Okay, so this is another terrible day on Friday. So I just have to throw it out there. Fridays are trap days, and Wednesdays are the worst too when it comes to indices. Let's go to Monday, because I just don't like how that day just played me like that. That was terrible. So let's go to, and then look what it did. And the easy regular support and resistance in the afternoon session. Easy. Absolutely easy. Did back into it, buy. That would have been an easy trade. We made your money back. But I'm going to take this off. Let's go to Monday. That was an easy trade right there. Okay. All right. So what do we have right here? Nothing. Let's just wait. All right, so I'm looking at this. We got 3 rejections, and we have a swing high. We got a baby swing high right here. Now, just because it's indices don't mean I'm not going to sell. I'm scalping this. So if it break below this candle, if the next candle open and it start break that low, I'm getting in for the sale. Sell right here. Stop loss is right here. and 101 would be right about like right here. Okay. Or I'm gonna just do a little more safer and just put down here. Okay. So 101, stop loss up there, and let's see if it breaks it. If it goes up, then I didn't get in. If it starts going down, I'm getting in. And that was it. That was a trade right there. Boom. Okay, yeah, that dropped nicely. So that's all I have on the simulation. It's the same stuff. We're waiting for areas to show rejection. I recommend to focus on 2 pairs or maybe 3 max. When you trade this style, you do not want to be all over the place. So yeah, I mainly just trade NAS 100 and SPX. You can trade Forex, crypto. You know, y'all already know. Y'all already know this. I just want to do a simulation for somebody that still needs some understanding of low probability supply and demand, high probability supply and demand, support being created in real time, resistance being created in real time, and just support resistance levels, you know what I'm saying, that we look at. Now, I did all of this on a 5-minute. You can trade strictly just a 1-hour chart using this system. You can even trade the 4-hour, but we don't do swing trading over here. We do scalping and intraday trading over here. I also have a big announcement. A Discord group chat is being created as we speak, and y'all gonna be the first people to know that the Discord will be ready on Black Friday, November 26th. I'm going to let Instagram know and YouTube know if you are interested into the group chat. I don't want the group chat to be too big. I'm gonna need one of y'all guys help, like one of y'all that's really good with the system that we use, to help me out, so I won't be overwhelmed with 1,500 people, 1,200 people. So I just wanted to just say that I created a group so we can you know, learn together, and y'all gonna know what else is gonna be in the group too. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, this is a simulation. Very straightforward. Understand that you're not gonna win every single day, and don't be discouraged if you had 2 losses back to back. That happens. Like, it's just what it is. Show up the next day. And if say if NAS 100 is just giving you a hard time, look at something else. I like NAS 100 because that just fits me. Maybe you don't like how volatile NAS 100 is. Focus on Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, you know what I'm saying, or crypto. But yeah, that's all I got on this video. I hope y'all got some value out of this. Continue to back test. Don't overdo it, and don't overthink levels. Don't have levels all over the place. Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got.